Legislation to prevent foreclosures is on the agenda. Good evening. This is CTV News. I'm Rochelle Metzger.
And I'm Patricia Vallone. We'll have that story in just a moment. But first, a coalition of groups is crying foul. They say proposed changes to Maryland's estate tax favor the very rich at the expense of the middle class and poor. A Senate bill would raise the estate tax exemption from $1 million to more than $5 million. But opponents say it's nothing more than a tax cut. They call it unfair and misguided.
Because Maryland state dollars need to go to build the strong middle class. We're taking away funds from public safety, education, transportation, roads and bridges to give the wealthy a pay raise, essentially, to enable them to continue to pay less than their fair share. We think that's wrong.
And supporters of the measure say it will help keep wealthy Marylanders from moving out of the state. Well, a Senate committee passed it yesterday, and now a similar bill is before the House. The Fairness for All Marylanders Act would provide equal treatment in housing, employment, and other areas for transgender people. Lieutenant Governor Anthony Brown was among those testifying in support of the measure. One of the advocates says that 54% of people from that community experience harassment in public places, adding that if the bill passes, it will make a difference.
That one law won't eradicate discrimination completely, but what this does is send the message that the state of Maryland does not support discrimination and believes that everyone, regardless of their gender identity, should be treated equally. It means that everyone should have the opportunity to work for a living and provide for their family, to go out and eat lunch at a restaurant, or even just get a roof over their head and not be denied these basic rights just because of their gender identity.
And the Senate version passed with a 32-15 vote.
Weed, pot, marijuana, whatever you want to call it, the wait is over in D.C. The district council approved a controversial bill decriminalizing the possession of small amounts of weed yesterday afternoon. Meantime, in Maryland, legislators are considering taking similar action. So where does that leave commuters who are worried about people driving under the influence of marijuana?
Is that I think the application of the marijuana laws are very discriminatory against minorities. And there are a lot of people who are behind bars and who are getting arrested who really wouldn't be if it weren't for marijuana.
What's the difference between someone driving under the influence of marijuana and driving under the influence of alcohol? What's the difference? There's no difference.
Because like people, they may smoke that marijuana and they may not think properly. So they may cause accident.
AAA Mid-Atlantic is warning that drug driving like drunk driving can be dangerous. According to a recent Columbia University study, fatal crashes involving weed use have tripled in the last decade. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Rochelle Metzger.
And I'm Patricia Vallone.